Enchanting naman.
Fan.
Ang ganda pala.
Hello everybody, good afternoon. I know the weather hasn't been nice to everybody, so thank you for coming today for my send-off. And I'm really happy to have everybody here. So it's kind of a surreal feeling, parang full circle. Because most of you only knew me from last year, in a different place, in a different pageant. And now we're here. We're actually no longer just representing myself and my province, but we're representing the Philippines. So I'm very grateful. Most of you I've known personally, and every time I see them at events, lagi sila, ang laki ng improvement mo, ang laki na ng narating mo. And I'm very grateful that you've seen me from the very beginning, from literally day zero, day one of my pageant journey. I've been there, and it's just a commemorative feeling to be spending my send-off with you guys. So that's very important to me. Face of Beauty is a pageant that's been here for 12 years, and no Filipino has won the title yet. And hopefully, as we vie for the crown, we can also bring it home.
Yeah!
Let's go!
Go Philippines!
Say na yan!
I'm here to thank you for your support, for being with me in my journey, and actually asking for your help to also join me in this new journey. So we're gonna be there for 2 weeks. We're leaving on Sunday, and the coronation night is on September 19 in Kaohsiung City. And hopefully we can bring home and be the first Filipino winner of Face of Beauty International.
Yeah!
Let's go!
Thank you, everybody.
Wow, from representing her province to representing the whole Philippines, we are all rooting for our first ever major victory in the Face of Beauty International pageant. And now we would like to do a DC.
Bell. Bell.
Bell here.
Bell. Bell here. Bell.
Miss Miss.
Bell. Bell. Bell here.
To your right, to your right. To your right.
Hindi, parang makita naman ang outfit yung brand.
Yeah!
Hindi ka kasali. Okay. Hi, Belle. Belle! Oh, ganda!
To your right.
Ganda!
To your right. To the right.
Face of Beauty!
Back to your right.
Gandang bata.
Here.
Gandang bata.
Here po.
Inakala.
Go to your right.
Ay, inakala pala. To your left. Left. To your left. Ganda! To your right. To your right. Bell! Bell here. Ganda! Bell salon. Bell salon. Sa ceiling naman.
To the right. To the right. To your right.
Thank you,
To your right.
So from representing her province to representing the whole Philippines, with her mesmerizing aura, we truly can see that Bilasano is the face of beauty. And of course, I would like to call upon our Miss World Philippines Tourism, Miss Bianca, to give a small message.
Bianca,
Hello, hello. Well, I came here to surprise Val, but seems like I'm also surprised that I have to be giving a speech now. But I will never say no to, supporting you and encouraging you, so I'm happy to talk about Val. Val has been someone that just felt so right to be around ever since I joined Miss World, and I know that she can be fully well equipped on the way to Vietnam because she has the purest heart and she has the best fighting spirit. So, Val, I'll always be here for you. I love you so much.
Oh! Picture! Picture!
Stand up, stand up.
Happy
To your right, please.
to your Oh, to your, ano?
Your left, your legs.
To your inner self.
Center.
And so, of course, before we move on to our Q&A segment, I also want to give my small message to you, which is totally unprepared. I really got to know you since the Miss World Philippines pageants, and Bianca said what she said is true. You truly have one of the purest hearts, and you really do feel so right to be around. And I'm so happy to have a friend like you who's so genuine, who's so sweet, and truly cares for the people who's around her. So thank you for joining Miss World and now being the face of beauty and representing Philippines. And I cannot wait for you to win to bag the crown.
Host na. Raining pa.
You're right.
Ay, to your left.
Here po. You're
Your
here.
left, far left,
Bell here.
far left, far left.
Here po.
Far left ka mo. Another one for the left.
One more here.
Over there.
Without further ado, let's now move on to our Q&A segment. To our media friends, kindly state your name.
Master of pageantry.
I'm Nolly Brio.
Walang black.
Hello, hello. Hi, Jeanne, Isabelle. First of all, best of luck. Okay. My first question is, since you have like very little time to prepare, maybe you know what aspect of the competition you need more time to prepare?
Well, I think since there was really very little time for me to prepare, I do not have a specific area where I think I need to really work on because I need to be completely ready. So, well, for the most part, I think I need more work on being physically prepared because I only have a month to really pack my things and get ready. So, if I don't feel healthy, I don't think I'll be able to present myself fully. So, that's the first thing I did. And I've been consistently working with my mentors, with my pastorella and Q&A trainers, so I've been working double time to catch up on the time. And at the same time, I really have to be emotionally and mentally prepared. You know, it's no longer the national level. I can't just call my mom and have my mom be there with me. So I'm literally traveling to another country, so I have to be emotionally ready for what's ahead. And I think it's a very important part of the whole journey that I need to be focused on.
Okay, you are a certified speech pathologist by profession.
Yes.
Can you tell us more about the interview?
So basically what a speech pathologist does is we work with kids and adults. Most of them have difficulties communicating. So for kids who suffer from or in the spectrum or have ADHD or developmental struggles, we work with them to meet their developmental milestones and then they can be integrated in school and in the community. As for adults naman, for those who suffer from stroke, ganyan, Parkinson's, anybody with neuro difficulties, we help them overcome and improve their quality of life through speech therapy.
Okay, last question. How can you show to the people of Taiwan that you are not only have a beautiful face, but you are beautiful inside out?
Thank you. Well, I think my anchor in my preparation is to present or have a campaign that beauty isn't what you see on the outside, it's also on the inside. And I think that for me is the real standard of beauty. That's what my campaign for the pink crown is all about. I want to make sure that it's something we make a statement about, that we are not, beauty is not what we see show other people, what we see is the physical. It's how you can impact the community and make someone's life beautiful as well.
Thank you very much. Very
Thank you
well said.
po.
Hello, Belle. I'm Carlos from Pageant Quality. My question is, in your opinion, what is the best quality of a Miss Face of Beauty International winner should possess?
Oh, I think someone should be impactful. I think that for me is an important trait that a face of beauty winner should be, because let's be honest, there are a lot of pageants in the world right now, and it's really hard to differentiate what their purpose is. And I think when you identify your role and your purpose and your mission, you're able to impact your community and the lives of the people that you care about for. So I think that's one word that would definitely describe for me the representation of a face of beauty.
Hi, Belle.
Hello.
Armin Adina from the Philippine Daily Choir. I'd like to know, in your opinion, what role does pageant play in society where currently there is famine in Africa, war in the Middle East and in Europe, and there's a calamity in Asia and America?
That's true. I think lately we have been struggling to really re-establish what pageantry is all about. But I think it's important that we also go back to what it is for. It's a celebration of beauty. And for me, right now, the standard of beauty is no longer the physical. It's how you can change someone's life because of how you are as a person. And that's the true embodiment of beauty. And I think when we celebrate that kind of beauty, we're able to focus on our causes and the advocacy that we represent and we fight for. And right now, that's still a good way or a platform for everybody to get to know more about issues and how we can solve or contribute in our communities as well.
Very well said, Miss Philippines, and best of luck to you.
Hi, Belle. Good afternoon. This is Jay from Pageant Trend. So you mentioned a while ago that regarding with your improvement during your past pageant. So can you tell us what are the improvements we have now?
Okay, I think it's gonna be very particular. I think so we're gonna go way back. So before joining national pageants, I was always told that my weakness is passerella. Like I couldn't walk in heels. I couldn't, perform on stage. And that's something that I'm very lucky to have worked with the crowd initiative because I get to train with the best mentors. And that's significantly one of the most improved areas of my presentation or my campaign. And aside from that, I think I've also matured in a sense that I also understand how the industry works. I think it's very important to really find how you blend, not you blend, but like how you can work in the system. Because sometimes when it's your first time, you really don't know the ins and outs. And it's really hard to find yourself in it. You get really lost sometimes. And it's important now that I've found my way in the industry and I found my core to stay true to myself, that despite how difficult the industry can get, I will always count on myself to be at my best.
Alright, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi Bill, I'm Celso Paparas for the Star Blogger. You just mentioned that there are many pageants now in the world. Why do you believe that Face of Beauty pageant is as relevant as any pageant here or abroad?
Thank you. When I studied the pageant I was going to join, I read through their whole website and their campaign, and they mostly advocate for building women leaders, and they're centered to charity work and significant causes. So I've also seen that they have a segment or a space where they call Peace Cap, where it's a time for the girls to have a brainstorming session of how they can improve certain difficulties in each community they advocate for. And that's something very important. I think the highlight of Face of Beauty compared to the others, or if I would say that, is we start dialogues on how we can interact with each other, understand cultures better, because it's highly centered on being connected with your community and your sisters in the pageant. So that's for me very important, especially there could be an overwhelming amount of pageants in the world right now.
Hello, this is Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, the question that I would like to ask is, since this is the first ever Face of Beauty Philippines under Intl pageant circle, so do you feel any pressure to be the first ever representative of this pageant under Intl pageant circle?
Well, of course, there's a certain level of pressure to anybody who wants to be the first, right? But at the same time, I treat that pressure as kind of a push to do better because I would be the one to set the standard. And that means I have to put a standard that's high enough to get the crown, the first crown. And it's very, very important for me. And I like a little bit of pressure. I think that's something that motivates me continuously to work and improve. So, of course, there's a little, but then that's enough for me to keep me going. So that's very important as well. Thank you.
Hello, Belle. Beauty pageant. If yes, paano kami makaka-help sa'yo for voting?
I'm not very sure yet if there's any category or any part where the votes actually matter. But I think on a personal level, it's important that we come together. And it matters me when I see people on the internet support and root for me. I think it's very important as well. And for it being a budding pageant, a new pageant, I think the exposure we give to the pageant will help me boost my chances because it means I'm able to bring a market to the pageant, and that's very important as well to what we're competing for.
Okay, follow-up question. So, during your first national pageant, we saw the craftsmanship of your designer for the national costume competition. So, this time around, the same designer pa rin ba ang nag-design ng costume mo? And then, can you share us a little bit na hint of your natas?
Okay, so thank you. I'm very happy to be able to have the time to talk about the people behind my campaign. And I'm still going to be working with the local designers. FB Artistry was the one who made my national costume during the beginning. And I'm keeping them until Taiwan. So we're going to have that. And when we were brainstorming about what I want to showcase in Taiwan, we talked about how important it is to stay true to the Filipino beauty. So we're bringing that. So that's 1, 2, the classic Filipino beauty. At the same time, we also incorporated some elements that are very Bicolano. So we're going to use certain materials, and it represents a flower. It represents a flower that locally found in my forest. At the same time, it's a rare flower in the Philippines. So that's something very a big clue on it. And I think you can expect a certain level of craftsmanship pa rin. The how meticulous it was done, how intricate the designs and the details are. So hopefully everybody gets to appreciate the national costume for Taiwan.
And last question, favorite ng lahat, why should you be our next
Wait first.
international
Wait lang.
winner?
Wait lang.
Pero ka, Bel.
Pero ka, Bel.
Wait lang.
Favorite ka ng lahat. And why should you be? Okay. Okay na lang. Oh, eto na. Okay.
Ayan, wait.
Ay!
Okay na ba?
Okay.
Okay. Belle, why should you be our next face of the international winner?
I think in this era, we should establish a different standard with beauty. It no longer should be what is seen on the outside. Because for me, real beauty is what's inside. And I believe I have that. Because when you have a beautiful soul, you're able to have beautiful impacts for your beautiful communities. Thank you.
Oh, Wala bang proper championship?
Hi there! Okay. Then, would it be okay if you could introduce yourself, not now na you're representing Bicol region, but the Philippines? Name, age, and our country.
May age talaga.
Pwede naman wala.
Pwede naman wala. Name and then the...
May age na para they wouldn't put it in the journal of the Okay, ready? I haven't practiced this. The first time ko pala magagawin. Okay. 1, 2, Isabelle Bilasano, 27, Philippines!
One more.
One more! Isabelle Bilasano, Philippines!
Good, no? Tara na! Hindi ka pala tapos.
Thank you.
You can sit now.
You can see. Well, since you are 27 years old, and you see... In your 27 years of experience, what are you most proud of and why?
I think I'm very proud of how I've welcomed change in my life. I think change is very hard, right? Sometimes you can control, you know, what's going on the outside, but then sometimes you really get lost in it. And I think I would like to give myself a pat on the back for how I've welcomed change. I struggled with that for so long, and now at 27, I'm able to appreciate how changes are happening in my life. And I'm welcoming it with open arms, and I'm looking forward to what good changes I'll be having more in the future.
Thank you, Belle, and good luck.
Thank you. You're on 27 na ha. Oo, sir, hindi na lang eh. 27 na.
Hello. Hi, Belle. Mukha ka namang 70. Very nice. Hi, Belle. So, as of now, how many candidates pa yung magkukumplete for this edition?
I think 60. They made us prepare 60 tokens for
Dami
candidates.
pala.
60, yes.
In fairness. Belle, what was your recent realization about yourself?
I can actually ask for help. You know, I think that's something I struggled with. I have a hard time being vulnerable and admitting that I need help. So lately, I've been really busy, like putting schedules, and sometimes I wouldn't be able to make it to here and there. And I've learned that help is okay, that you can depend on people, and you can actually count on people to put things together for you. So that's very important. And if when you understand how much load you're carrying, and when you're able to understand that people can actually help you bring that weight, it's very refreshing and liberating. So that's something very important for me.
And last question. So, okay na naman kung di sagutin. Kamusta ang love life nila?
Oh my goodness. I'm okay. I'm happy.
Wow!
Very demure.
Very mindful.
Very mindful. Congratulations in advance. And hopefully by after competition, mag-celebrate din tayo sa Pandan.
Yes.
Your victory! Conference. Nararamdaman ko yan. As a Ruby Balwi na tayo siya. Nanalo ka din. Thank you!
Hi, Isabelle. This is Paul from Eventologie FB. Your question is for preparation starts. How have you been preparing for the Face of Beauty International in Taiwan, both mentally and physically? And what are your strategies to stand by?
Okay, so I've been doing the same routine I've been doing since this role, only now that I devote more time working with myself myself physically. So I have more time to work out now. I've been going to the gym. At the same time, I've been become more emotionally prepared because it's a different arena. It's a different competition. Like I said, I can't call my mom anymore to just be there in a distance. So it's something I have to be very, focused on, to be emotionally steadfast. And for strategies, I think we just want to be real, authentic, and true to our brand or to myself. Because it's easier to present yourself in the most natural way possible, and that's for a way for me to be, standing out because I just represent myself truly and authentically. So that's not how we're gonna work through Taiwan.
Last question. For your personal journey, how do you balance your personal life, career, and responsibilities as a beauty queen?
I've learned how to manage my time better. So sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it gets in schedules like I don't get to properly distribute my time. But over the course of it, I learned how to prioritize certain things over others. And that's very important that you know your priorities and how you're able to deliver well in those aspects or your responsibilities. My friends also. Yes. So yung mga take advantage is just like na malapit lang next Taiwan. If there's another place, it would be really hard to bring everything.
Ito rebel, no?
Thank you po. Thank you so much.
Manalo.
Thank you.
Hi, Belle. Hi, Belle. I want to ask, kasi last night I saw you just uploaded your IMV video and it touched me because you really shared your typical day of how you go through a day in your life right now. And I was struck by the passion that you do as a speech pathologist in your hometown. So, tanong ko lang, how do you balance your time between preparing for this competition and working as a speech pathologist? Because you read there that that you usually go to your hometown from Monday to Wednesday and then go back to Manila for training.
Well, I have that it's been hard to be wearing two different shoes, but I'm so lucky that I have parents who are very understanding. So of course I had to cut some time off from work because I have to devote my time there. But I'm still working on the weekends. So I'm thankful that they understand that I have to accomplish this first part and fully commit my time to them again. So that's that. I still keep in contact with them, like how else I could help them even if I'm not there. So that's very important. I think above all these, the important thing to learn is to communicate. So you can communicate how it's hard to balance two things at the same time. It's also important to communicate how you can still continue to help them despite your absence.
So you travel from Manila to Albay again? Wow.
Yes.
That's commitment.
Kasi my work is Monday in Albay, Monday to Thursday. And my last patient is at 5 o'clock. So I end at 5. So normally, hindi ko na maaabot yung latest flight. So I just take the overnight bus. There's a bus, sleeper bus, where you can sleep overnight. When you arrive here in Manila, I would just nap for 2 hours before I go to work at 9 or 10 o'clock in the hospital.
Sa Bicol.
Yes.
So how has your work as a speech pathologist impacted the way how you live life?
Well, it's a very humbling experience. Sometimes isipin mo na, ano na problema ko ganyan. But when you see the lives of other people, they're still very happy and very content with how their lives, despite the struggles and the difficulties. It makes you realize na I actually live a good life. And I actually need to see the good in a lot of things. Because sometimes we forget na we have a certain idea of how life should be when we forget how different it is in real life. And it's important that you are in touch with reality, not just your reality, but the reality of other people. So you can, have a more profound idea of yourself, your community, and how everything goes in the world.
Do you think that could be an asset
Yes, I think,
Your competition.
yes. I think living in reality, being in the moment is very important because you don't have a clouded idea of how the world works. So, if things won't go my way, then I understand because it's really how the world works. But at the same time, I also understand how I can check on myself, how I can improve. So just an objective assessment of how I can manage or improve myself. So it's really nice to be living outside the bubble. Yung alam mo talaga yung sarili mo and you understand how you can really work with that.
There you go. Congratulations, and I hope you do well in your upcoming
Thank
competition.
you, thank you, thank you.
Hello, Belle. Magay na hapon.
Maray na hapon.
Okay, so my question is, you mentioned earlier that Face of Beauty International is looking for a winner who can lead.
Yes.
Okay, so should you win the title, where would you lead the organization during the reign?
Thank you. I think that's very important that we understand why I'm doing this. So initially, I joined Miss World to bring more light to my community. At the same time, when I reached the nationals, I was given the opportunity to talk to more people. And I hope if I win, when I win, I can be able to bring more of that light in the Philippines because there really is so much more to do in here, and I hope they'll be able to grant me that opportunity to work more here. But I'm also really welcome to also bring that leadership in different parts of the world if granted. Hopefully, I get to do that with Face of Beauty.
Thank you very much. All the best.
Hi, Isabelle.
Hello.
Magandang hapon. My question for you is, have you done your homework in maybe watching previous edition, and what are they looking for in a winner?
Yes, okay, so thank you because that's very important as well. Before we join the pageant, it's important that we do our research, what we're getting into, what we're supposed to bring, what kind of wardrobe to bring. So we studied that it's more of a combination of things. So they're also very grand with certain areas that are also very diplomatic in some areas too. So it's a mix of both. So I think you can expect the grandeur of pageantry at the same time the diplomacy and the global understanding in terms of community and dialogues in Face of Beauty.
Is there a difference from other pageants when it comes to the way they have their competition, like piggygown, swimsuit, etc.? Are they have a special event or judging competition?
We have a separate night for talent and national costume, and we also have a preliminary competition, a safe and a closed door interview. So that's very similar to most. At the same time, they still have the evening gown and the swimsuit competition parts. So I think it still follows the traditional pageant format, but it includes certain activities that hold true to the mission of Face of Beauty, which is more in dialogues.
So since the pageant is Face of Beauty, are they, so they have focus on beauty and focus on
Yes, I think it's the essence of the pageant itself, that it's not just the physical, it's how you're able to impact your community and how beautiful you can make the lives of others too. So we are very focused on charity, very charity-based sila. I think the current winner now is from Thailand. Thailand, yes, Thailand, the current winner, and she's spending most of her time in charity work. So it doesn't seem very glamorous kasi naka-t-shirt lang siya sa mga events niya. So I think that's something I would enjoy as well. I like the simplicity of being able to work as a beauty queen, not just becoming.
best of luck and bring home the first crown for the Philippines. Thank you.
Na-check mo na ba yung mga co-candidates? Sino yung mga close mo na kayo?
Our friend is a runner-up ng Miss Grand. So that's that. And then the rest are from their respective countries. I think there's one nga na parang hindi ko lang yung country niya. I don't even know how to say the country, but it's the first time that a girl from that country is going to join the pageant. So, there's a lot of firsts in Face of Beauty.
Overseas Taiwan.
Yes. I think it's a London-based pageant, but then they're gonna host it in Taiwan this year.
27 ka na, so naabutan mo yung Meet Your Card.
Oo!
Puntahan mo.
As in, sabi ko, kasi when we were brainstorming the video, kasi the video asked us to talk about facts about our country, facts about ourselves, and certain questions pa. And then I realized na we were trying to think about what influence of Taiwan has in me. So, it's either the milk tea or the meteor garden. So, mas meteor garden person ako. So, we did that. And I'm very happy kasi it's just, very honest and very candid of me na, oo nga, a part of my life, or at one point in my life, I had Taiwan influence. So, that's that. I think everybody had Bilasano meteor garden.
Good luck, man!
Ganda mo sa
Additional question. When I sent you my questions, I was kind of intrigued by your answer about sustainable fashion. Can you elaborate more on sustainable fashion and how this will impact your work
Yes.
in the competition?
So we're going to talk about my wardrobe now. Basically, I'm still my stylist, Moreno, and we really talked about bringing in Filipino craftsmanship. I think it's about time we talk more about the sustainable aspects of Philippine fashion. So we're gonna use different fabrics. We're gonna use Kenya fabric, Abaka fabric, and locally sourced material for that. At the same time, we're also going to patronize local designers. My preliminary gown and my final gown will be both made by my Bicolano designers. So everything's from Bicol, my mantle is from Bicol, and that's something we should celebrate. I think the Philippines has a lot of really good talent, and we just need to open doors for them, and give them an opportunity to actually elevate themselves. So that's what I always wanted to do since my first pageant. I've always liked bringing local designers with me, the ones from my province, and it's important that I continue to do so even in my international competition.
Can you tell us more about what materials you're working with specifically?
Okay, so may siya. So, remember in my national costume before, we used Abaka fabric. So, we're gonna use the same thing this year, but with different elements. So, we're going to still use local material, Kenya fabric, Abaka, and create a classic Filipino with a modern twist. At the same time, with the elements of the flower locally found in the Philippines.
Questions?
Your final.
Before I continue, we'd like to greet one of our colleagues. Happy birthday, Selves. Happy birthday.
Wish ka, wish.
Kaya ko ng wish.
Meron daw peanut.
Intermission lang. We're calling on the owner of Toyota.
Hindi ko na ipahan.
1B57. 1B57. Orange. 1857, sorry.
Ano daw, totoo. Sa'yo ata yan for
Orange Toyota. Any further questions, guys?
Your message. Invite lang. Wait pa pala.
Well, I think it's gonna...
Tayo na lang, Bel. Message. Wait na.
Nagpal namin kung birthday message ni Phil. Ay, happy birthday po! Pero po ako ang birthday candle at birthday wish mo.
Saka Bel, invite them to sa ano.
Yes, okay.
Hindi nagkagalit na. Wait na. Okay, mga go Bel. Go Bel.
I know the competition, okay? Wait.
Yes, go.
Okay, go.
Okay, So, first of all, I would like to thank everybody for coming. The media, everybody who's been really nice to me in my journey. At the same time, I would like to thank my management, ALB Pageant Circle, Sir Arnold Beggar for giving me this opportunity to compete internationally. And they actually called Miss Philippines. I'm going to also thank my parents, my family, my friends, people who've been with me from the very beginning up until now. Thank you so much. And now that we embark on this new journey as Miss Philippines, I hope to still have you guys with me. It's going to be quite a long journey, but at the same, I hope you're able to enjoy that journey with me. Because as we vie for the first ever Face of Beauty International crown, I know that this crown is not just for me, but it's for everybody. So thank you, and I hope to still have you with me at the end of the line. Thank you so much, folks. Thank you. Thank you.